Alright, more bullet. Last time I think I was playing a little lackadaisical, some pauses for things that were just not necessary. So we're going to try to play a little faster. And also, there are a lot of pieces hanging I missed, so we're going to try to be a little more aware. I should be able to play the Spanish Four Knights fairly quickly. So let's try to move fast. They're playing reasonably. Yep, they should take on c3. And now I'm supposed to play rook e1. No, that was against the other line. I don't know what I'm supposed to play here. Alright, d4. My bishops can come back to f1 and c1, which is goofy, but feasible. I never want to clarify the center, because that leaves my c and d pawns very weak. So I kind of just have to sit on it, and it's not obvious how to move my pieces. I guess we're going to defend this way. Maybe I'll play rook b1. Try to take on b7. Okay, well, this didn't do anything. Yeah, this is bad. Let's play bishop e3, try to take on e5, maybe, and have some tricks on diagonals. Okay. Alright, well, it's not a disaster anymore, but I have to speed up because I'm playing very slowly again. No, I don't want to take back that way. I want to take back pawn, but okay, bishop f1. Let's try to double. Yeah, I mean, you could have taken that way without moving the knight away. Okay, well, this is not what the doctor ordered. Try to be sneaky, get away with it. But not for long. Alright. 0 for 1. Knight e7, I think I'm supposed to just rip on f6. But I was confusing it with the other line where black goes queen e7 and knight d8 at the start. I should have gone back and looked at it. Alright, we'll go for a Petroff. Solid. Always take their e-pawn when you get the chance. And I'm usually going to follow with d5. I think always. And if they play bishop d3, we play knight c5, and we're probably going to get the two bishops. White has a little bit of initiative for it, because they're going to get moves like bishop g5 with tempo. We don't want to allow rook e1 check. That's a little unusual. Now I can get some pressure on the knight, threatening maybe knight e5. Okay, so they were really worried about it, but this seems a major concession to make. I still think I want knight e5. Okay, now I do not. Maybe knight e4. Just get the other knight off the targeted square. I'm going to play bishop g6. I could think of taking back f. Let's be creative. Okay. Okay, but this queen trade is leaves you with a bad pawn. Right, I'm going to take this one. If they take a7, I trap them. I guess they have knight d4. Here d5's loose. I'm just going to take that. Maybe I have knight f4 next. I don't really have a good square for the king. Guess they don't care about discoveries. We'll just cement the knight in. We don't actually need to do anything this moment. Because now they have to worry every time they move the rooks, and they're out of time. Okay, we'll give a rematch. 1 for 2. Let's do something different. Let's play knight f3, e3, and c4. And okay, we have a Slav. I can play it with knight c3 or b3. Okay, when people do that, I like to hit at b7 quickly because the bishop's defender is gone, and when they defend it, I can play knight e5 with tempo. And it's not a lot. Can't say I'm too excited about this, but let's play king e2. I don't really need to get my king out of the center. Bishop d2. Maybe knight a4. Look at those squares. Maybe b4 coming. Natural expansion plan. I play rook hb1. Let's poke once. Alright, well, we got the bishops. And maybe we'll play b5 and open some stuff again. Don't grab. I have g3. c5. Yeah. Maybe bishop c3. There's some targets on this diagonal. Yeah, let's play g3. Mostly, not because I'm worried about h2, but because I'm worried about when I take on g7, I don't want to allow rook g8. Okay. I'm going to try to grab a pawn. And come back, hit the knight. Ooh, did I blunder e5? I have rook a8. That's very lucky, but they have rook here. Yeah. So they should have played rook takes first, rook takes then e5, and then I am busted. But now I am still alive. They should play rook a2 probably. That seems very bad because they're walking into a pin. Yeah. So now I can trade everything, and I'm just up a pawn. We'll play f4 next. g4, and h4, and g5 probably, and king d4. Yeah. All right. That knight f3, e3, c4 opening tends to lead into kind of standard Queen's Gambit stuff, but avoids some sharp lines. All right, so we've got a French. We're going to play the advance. Because dc5 here is really interesting. And we're going to play b4, and the fascinating reason is bishop f2, king e2, and rook f1's coming. The bishop has no escape. Remove that. They still can't take. They have to retreat. And then I'm going to castle. They were correct to take on d3, by the way. That was precise of them. But the bishop on e7 is not so good because it blocks the knight in, which is why they just moved it again. This is a good player, obviously. You can tell from their high rating. I want to open stuff up while they're still a little misplaced. Try to get into d6. Probably play b5 next to move the knight away so I can come knight e5. Should I blunder this? Knight c8, rook d3, knight e7. I believe I did. Right. Yeah. And should be faster. Yeah. That makes it easy for them. Yeah, you're just down. Dozen pawns. Fair enough. Nice play game. They said GG. Say GG back. Okay. Their name is GG when I win. What is it? 2 for 4? One more. Not sure where I went wrong after the opening. Probably should have looked back that one. I really got to get in a better habit of looking at my games after when I do this. And play another open Sicilian. Which line will we get? The Dragon. So this is a offbeat try against the Dragon. Check's a little offbeat. I'm planning to castle queenside. And the idea is to play a quick f4 and e5 and get pressure on the d file against their queen. So I think actually already this is quite good. Knight goes to h5, g4 traps it, though I might also consider e6. And here I can play knight c6 and win e7. I can play e6. Probably play knight c6. Queen c7 I'll try to be cute, play knight d5. Because of queen c6, knight e7. Yeah, and giving them ways to screw up. Alright, so I guess that's 5 games. Let's actually, though, look back at the previous one. Because that one I'm a little more interested in where I went wrong. So, yeah. So, okay. So, it's often thought, so the Wade variation, the idea is to play bishop b5 and trade off white's good bishop. But some people try to take on d4 first, because against bishop b5 I have this dc5 option that was played. But if cd4, I can actually play knight d4 and control b5 anyway. So bishop b5 is the Wade. And I take, and then b4. And again, the point is bishop f2, king e2, and rook f1 is going to trap the bishop. It can't run away to h4, can't run away to c5. If the queen gets out of the way, the king can just take. They correctly inserted bishop d3. Now if I try to play bc5, they can play like queen a6 or something and defend the d3 bishop. So I should take back in d3. They retreat. Bishop f8 is the best move. The computer is correct. With bishop e7, their knight's kind of stuck in, because if they come to h6, I'm just going to take it. Castled. Knight c6. And here I played a3. I forget about this knight a3 idea. So knight a3, one point is I can come to b5, and that can hit d6. And their bishop's the only defender, so if that bishop gets traded off, the knight can be good. Another point is it can just come back to c2 and then occupy d4, which is just a fantastic square for a knight. So I often just automatically play knight d2, but knight a3 would have been better. I tend to play a3 automatically, but clearly it's a poor move. My idea is just to solidify b4 so I can push c4 without losing it later. But I'm in no rush, and the knight had a good path. And here I should have played c4. Okay, so what happens on c4? If they take on e5, and I take, and they take queen, they're hitting my a1 rook, but I might have bishop d4. So c4. So I'm threatening to take on d5, and that's a serious problem, because that would really break up their pawns. But if they take, I take, and they take, and I play bishop d4, I guess they have to keep g7 defended, so queen g5, and the computer's just saying, ooh. So it's given a few lines. It was originally giving knight c3 here, and then it gave c5, but now it's giving this f4, queen g6, f5 idea, and I like that a lot, because they have to play ef5. We're getting our pawn back, their king's in the center. Got a lot of nicely lined up pieces and a big space advantage. This looks very nice to me. So I actually was in too much of a rush to defend my pawn. I wonder if bishop d4 would have been better than what I did. No, similar. Maybe a little better. But okay, so I should be playing a lot more for the initiative than I was here. That's interesting. And the more important thing to remember is knight a3, because c2 is a great square and b5 is a threatening square, and black will often have to spend a tempo on a6, which is, of course, nice to see that they spend a tempo. Yeah, Bishop e3 can come with tempo at various points, but usually isn't that big a deal. Alright, peace.